For this OTel in a minute, we wanted to step back a bit and start with, what is OpenTelemetry? If we navigate to the OpenTelemetry website, we find a quote here summarizing it. It's a bit of a mouthful, and OpenTelemetry is really a pretty broad project with many different components. So when someone asks you, are you using OpenTelemetry, or OTel for short, it's natural to ask, what part? Let's take a look at the pieces and break them down a bit into what we call the 3 C's of OpenTelemetry. Perhaps the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about OpenTelemetry starts with our first C, which is for code, or instrumenting our code using the OTel APIs and SDKs. With support for a wide range of languages, we can either instrument our code and business logic manually, or for some of those languages, leverage so-called zero-code instrumentation, which leverages various techniques or hooks, such as monkey patching or eBPF, typically adding instrumentation to the underlying libraries you're using, for example. Our second C, for collect, involves the collection of telemetry and refers to another component of the project called the OTel collector. The collector can receive, enrich, transform, and route telemetry to a wide range of existing observability backends and products, and can collect data locally from a host, for example, sometimes referred to as an agent deployment mode, or can sit in the middle of your telemetry flows, a little bit like a traditional network router or switch, sometimes referred to as a gateway deployment mode. What's perhaps less well known is that the collector can actually receive and optimize telemetry from the existing observability products you already have. For example, Datadog, the Grafana LGTM stack, New Relic, or a host of others. In other words, you can use the collector even if you don't have any OTel instrumentation yet. In fact, this Swiss Army knife, as it were, can help with your ongoing consolidations and migrations, even helping you migrate to OTel-based code instrumentation itself. It can be a great place to start with the OpenTelemetry project. Finally, we have our third C for configure, which is basically a set of tooling to help us deploy and operate the previous 2 C's. For example, a Kubernetes operator to help us deploy zero code or auto instrumentation to applications or pods on our Kubernetes clusters. Example Helm charts to help us deploy the OTel collector in various modes. Even tooling for FAS or functions as a service. For example, Lambda layers to inject zero code instrumentation for common runtimes, and even spin up a lightweight collector in a function. All of the 3 C's are supported by various specifications and protocols. APIs and SDKs to support code instrumentation, protocols such as OTLP, the OpenTelemetry protocol, to support the export and transmission of telemetry to the collector or to an observability backend, and a protocol called OPAMP, the Open Agent Management Protocol, for managing the health and configurations of your collectors at scale, sometimes known as fleet management. And finally, a thread, if you like, running through the 3 C's called semantic conventions, common naming for different kinds of operations and data like generative AI or CI/CD. These are powerful conventions that provide common meaning to our data and enable us to correlate it across different signal types. Well, that's OpenTelemetry. Just remember the 3 C's of code, collect, and configure. And when someone asks you if you're using OpenTelemetry or OTel, ask back which part. Until next time.